Hi there. It is good to be with you. My name is Marshall Jamison, and I just happen to be an AI voice clone of the real Marshall Jamison. And you should know, I died on September 2nd, 2003, at the age of 85. Through the magic of AI technology, I'm able to share my writing again with you as it first appeared online in David Boles' blogs. Meeting at the Ritz. The others who were there that day have answered their last page at the glorious old hotel. Your reporter hopefully will answer to several more. To a New Englander born in downtown Boston over 3/4 of a century ago, the ancient city grows more appealing in the heart of an old campaigner as the years follow each other in swift but dwindling procession. So many memories, as a little fellow in Cambridge, hitching a ride on the horse-drawn sleigh that delivered blocks of ice to ancient neighborhood ice boxes. With my dad and little brother seeing Charlie Devins pitch for Harvard with, I think, Herman Fink catching, Rabbit Marinville artfully displaying his patented vest pocket catch at Old Braves Field in Alston, Clarence DeMar and Johnny Kelly making yet another great run over the Newton Hills to a downtown finish in the Boston Marathon, evening at Pop's, nostalgic rides on the Garden swanboats, Christmas caroling around the State House and on Beacon Hill, then much later opening nights at the Wilbur and Schubert theaters, and after the reviews were digested, theatrical production meetings often late into the night and early mornings, at the aforementioned Ritz-Carlton. One such meeting stays deep in my memory, its importance there reflected by those literary and theatrical giants present there that fall day in 1951. They were gathered at the request of theatrical producer Leland Hayward after a matinee performance of his production of Point of No Return, a play by Paul Osborne based on a fictional work by the eminent Boston historian and storyteller John P. Marquand. Henry Fonda headed a distinguished cast that included John Cromwell and Leora Dana. The sets and lighting were designed by multifaceted Joe Mielziner and were conceived with his usual brilliance. The play itself had received favorable notices at the hands of veteran Boston critics a few days before this meeting. But in their search for theatrical perfection, Hayward and Fonda felt a careful and thoughtful critique of the production would be helpful for all concerned. This before the company moved on to Philadelphia and New York. To that end, Leland suggested that Osborne, Marquand, Fonda, and Mielziner meet with him with that in mind. Because the play had a strong New England flavor and Yankee appeal, he invited poet Robert Frost to join them. Frost had just seen the matinee performance that day. Your correspondent was asked to keep notes, which, sad to say, have disappeared over the years. Mr. Frost's contribution was complimentary, but due to perhaps the consumption of a dry martini or two, lacked any real critical comment. However, he proved a charming and fascinated listener to a number of decisions made that day about script changes, especially for the third act, and one important cast replacement. Suffice to say that for that important part, a young and inexperienced but beautiful Grace Kelly was read, carefully considered, and turned down. In spite of this show business heresy, the play survived its Philadelphia engagement well, opened in New York to excellent reviews, and ran for a year at the Alvin Theater, then toured successfully across the country for another season. So for all concerned, Point of No Return had a happy and most generous return. And the Ritz-Carlton still greets its guests with old-world courtesy, an oasis for the traveler. Try it sometime.